And we're live from the state championships. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Takedown Time in the Region, built by Union Carpenters and the Region Sports Network. We come to you today live on Facebook, YouTube, regionsports.com, and IHSAA Champions Network from Gamebridge Fieldhouse, as the Region Sports Network presents coverage of the 2025 Boys Wrestling Indiana State Finals. I'm Danny Bell, and I'll have the play-by-play for all of today's action. We have 106 through 144 in this first portion, and then our 150 through 285 in the second portion. And we got the Parade of Champions should be coming up here in a second, and the National Anthem will be right after that, and then we're going to get right into it. But before we do that, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, the Friday night forecast tonight is going to be around 12 degrees. Not too bad. 18 today. It was a pretty good day. It's going to get a little colder, but as always, there's a 100% chance of spandex today. Going to be a good wrestling match today for the heating and cooling fans out there, because in here it gets hot. It gets hot. All right. That's the game night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter with a 24/7 emergency service. Comfort isn't far away. Visit them on the web at forajobdoneright.com. And, of course, we're going to be probably naming off of our best hands in the business today by Bricklayer Local 4. Join Bricklayers Local 4 and start building your career today. Visit baclocal4.org to find out more. At BAC Local 4 Indiana /Kentucky, you'll develop skills that will last a lifetime. For more info, visit baclocal4.org. And Mayor Pete Land and the Crown Point Pace Department are proud to support Crown Point Bulldogs athletics and say, "Go Bulldogs!" Crown Point remains dedicated to preserving history, celebrating everyday life, providing the best in-city services, and encouraging smart growth. Try your luck at designing a new city logo. The City of Crown Point's St. Patrick's Day logo decorating contest is open. Entries must be hand-drawn and include elements of St. Patrick's Day. Participants must be 17 and under. Download the logo contest form by visiting crownpoint.info/St. Pat's. All entries are due by Tuesday, February 18th. That's a little late here, but hopefully that went well. We've got our Parade of Champions coming out. Got all of our studs getting ready to roll through. They're moving through now. Our first round going to have some really good matches. I covered some of them in the Pinfall podcast. But before we get into that, we had one of our wrestling family members, basically. In here in Indiana, Northwest Indiana, regardless of what school you go to, we're all pretty much family, because we spend so much time together in gymnasiums and field houses and tournaments, and all across the nation we see each other. We become a really big family, and one of our family members had recently had a stroke, Joe Reitz. He's father of Jeremiah Reitz, state champ at Griffith. He had a stroke. He's listening from ICU today, him and his wife Brenda, I'm sure. They're a big part of wrestling in this area, and they've been a really big part of the program. He even has grandchildren still on the mats in youth clubs around the area. So hopefully, Joe, if you're watching, we give you a good show today, and we appreciate everything you've done for us, and hope some wish wells to get better soon. We got a lot of good wrestlers in the first round that are going to end up facing another really good wrestler, but we get here just so we can do this. We got 56 matchups today in the first and second session for our semi-state wrestlers. And I brought it up on the podcast, 15 key matches to pay attention to. Right off the bat, you've got Juliana Ocampo versus Cruz Oweta. Okay, now Cruz is a hammer, and so is Juliana. We got two people that are ranked in the top, basically top 11. Cruz is 11, Juliana's number 1. That's going to be a good match right out of the gate, and make sure you pay attention to that one. 106 got a couple really good ones. 113's also got a really good one with Lincoln Parsons and Colin Strayer. That's a big match right there for Crown Point in the team race, so that one's going to be huge to pay attention to. And then at your 120, you're going to have Gavin Lewis and Cam Meyer, number 3 versus number 5. That's rowdy. We got Coach Cook in his green tie. I asked him if he was going to raid his dad's closet to get a couple good ties, and as soon as I walked in today, his dad had a tie. It was a pretty cool one, too. It was a green one that he was given at an awards ceremony, I think, when he was coaching, and it had wrestlers on it. It was pretty cool. But John didn't have to tie it for Jason. Jason knew how to tie it himself. A lot of good wrestlers. It's cool to see some of the we have some unranked wrestlers and some teams that you don't normally see here. It's always good to see some competing teams get in here that you don't normally see. Team race is going to be a little bit different. That's usually won by about 10 different teams. Modern day fans down there, I like seeing all the boys in their suit and tie. Khakis. Looks good. Avon rolling through. They got more coaches than they do wrestlers, it looks like. Belmont always brings wrestlers. Ben Central. You know what the cool thing about the Parade of Champions is? You get to see some of the cool outfits that some of these wrestlers do, because we're a little flamboyant, man. You got a bunch of little Liberace's out there dressing like you got sequins and stuff. Coach Tante's got a pretty cool blue sequins one on. You'll see him when he comes out. I like a few of the jackets that I see some of the kids wearing. They're like members only. Pioneers got one in. Brownsburg. Semi-state champions. Your Evansville semi-state champion and defending state. There's Gunner right off the bat. Brownsburg's got 11 of them here, man. That's going to be that's good. There are 11 good ones too. Same thing with Crown Point. Crown Point has 13, which is insane. I know we can talk about draws and tough draws and good draws and everything, but I was just talking about, well, it was probably around 20 coaches just a little bit ago, but I was down on the mats and I was, talking about seeds and everything, and it really doesn't come down to the seed, because once you get here, everybody's tested. These aren't just, oh, yeah, I got an easy one. At regionals, you'll still see somebody that is not going to state. When you get here, it's like, okay, everybody here has one move in their pocket that could really hurt me, and I don't want to get put in it. And that's what happens sometimes. And the good thing about wrestling here, you see a lot more chess than checkers. I forgot which one it was. It might have been Modern Day that one time when they had the robes. Or no, it was Brownsburg. Those robes were sweet. The Columbus East Olympians. Columbus East. Yeah, you'll see a lot of different hairdos from the boys here too. Wrestlers they have to be the coolest. The girls are going to start doing this too, which is really cool. I'm so glad that there's female wrestling now. A lot of other sports they look at it as like, the girls ain't as good as us. The wrestlers don't think that way. We love the fact that we have girl wrestling. Who doesn't like watching a chick fight? These girls can bang too. We're going to see two of them today. You've got Heather Krull. She'll be wrestling today at the 106. And Juliana Ocampo, another one of our girls at 106. two females that are looking to place here. Juliana made it in last year, and she made history getting right there. We'll see what she can do this year. She's ranked number 1. How crazy would it be and how cool would it be that if Ocampo was to pull that off? Now, Cruz ain't going to let this happen. In his eyes, that's just not going to happen. But if it did, we could be looking at a future Olympian, another one from Indiana. We have a lot of really good wrestlers, Laura Boyd, Hildebrandt, Miracle. You know, we have a slew of them in the wings just foaming at the mouth to get their opportunity as well. We have 2 of them, though, right now. And how cool would it be to have 2 girls in the finals? Holy cow. And the way the brackets are set up, that would work. It could play out. And Heather's ranked number 8. She got a tough match right off the bat with Case Bridge from Avon, 8 versus 9. But that's why we're here to wrestle. We'll find out. We're going to be having a couple guest commentators probably, the way these coaches are going. Some of them are back-ended matches to where they can commentate for a little while. I know Kevin English said he would come up here. He's going to go coach Noel Verduzco. Then he'll make his way back up here for a little bit. And then he's got to go back down to coach Evan Stanley. Tomorrow he'll probably join us as well. He's only got Cam Hazlitt in the heavyweights. Out comes Mater Dei. They always put forth some really good wrestlers. Today they've only got 4, which is very unusual. They're usually a 8 to double digits type of team, but they travel well. They're right down the road. Could Crown Point bring back another team championship for the region? We'll see. At 106, right off the bat, you got Sammy Westfall. He's number 12 in the state. He's going to take on Ramon Sierra from Garrett. Both of them are juniors. Sam, I think, is a little bit better tested, but this is how we got to play it out today. We got to get out there and blow the whistle. Looking to see Cruz and Chase Michaels from Portage. Hopefully he punches his ticket into the next round. Sam Westfall and Julian DeLuna. We're pulling for all 4 of those guys. I'm wishing you all luck. I know I'm going to be up here being a homer for you guys. If you're wondering why I'm a homer for guys, even if I do feel another guy from another area probably has a better chance, being that we cover only region wrestlers, I am going to be a homer for my region wrestlers because I've got more info on them. Huskies bringing in a couple of them, Hamilton Heights.
The Wolves of Hammond Central.
Hammond Central bringing one in, Elijah Carter.
3 wrestlers representing Hanover Central.
Hanover bringing them in. They got 3 of them.
The Patriots of Heritage Hill.
All the officials shaking hands with them. Hobart bringing in 2 with Aiden Granger and Luke Juris.
4 wrestlers representing the Spartans of Homestead. The Indian Creek Braves.
Griffith down there with a couple of guys. They'll probably have a couple more next year as well.
Indianapolis Bishop Chatard Trojans. Representing the Fighting Irish of Cathedral.
Cathedral bringing them out. Got 5 of them. We got a really good quad right off the bat with a ducking Morrow, Ocampo Huerta. Those guys right there, 13 losses in the whole quad. 13 of them. That's tough. We got one more with with 12 losses. That's another tough one. 2 unranked wrestlers in this weight class. Leo Lions bringing them in. It would be unfitting if their mascot wasn't a lion. 3 of them. Gonna be good, man. I could see Lowell bringing 3 guys in and taking 3 golds home. Brownsburg boys, you got Cade Brewer, like he was putting his name on there, like, yay, look at me. I'm gonna stand in the camera right here. Oh, there is a camera. Cade's funny.
The Squires of Manchester.
Manchester boys going in. Now, mind you, we got video right now. We will not be able to show video during these matches. That's where you can find that on IHSAA Champions Network. But we will try to bring a couple things to you back and forth throughout the weekend. Maryville, I think, brought 5. I saw a photo today put out by Coach Maldonado, Coach Paul. Mishawaka, always making trips here. They got 1 this year. Coach English was down there wrestling earlier. He had to score. He came back, his hip's hurting now. Us wrestlers, I swear to God, as we get older, it's like our minds like, no, we could still do it. No, we can't. We try. We got about 30, 40 seconds. Make sure you guys are catching the Pinfall podcast brought to you by Region Sports Nation. And we're trying to keep things going for you to try to keep wrestling in everybody's mind. Because for most of us, even though the season in high school ends, wrestling really doesn't end. We still continue after the season. Like my son, after the day after state, he was already in the room wrestling. It didn't take him very long. The day after high school football state, he was in the wrestling room the day after that. So wrestling really, you never really stop wrestling. So hopefully a lot of you guys, after this is over, don't think to yourself, oh, I'm going to take a break. I got to rest up. I'm a little dinged up. No one cares. No one cares. It's a weak excuse, in my opinion. What you want to do is you're preparing yourself not just for matches but for life. If you can keep putting yourself through the suck at a young age, everything in life gets so much easier, which is where that Dan Gable quote comes from. Everything in life is easy once you've wrestled, and it's the truth. If you really put yourself through the suck in practice, you've got way more harder practices than you will ever have matches. Matches last for 6 to 8 minutes usually. And practices are 2.5 hours of just blood, sweat, and tears. But make sure you guys catch the Pinfall. Appreciate all the ones that are consistently in there. We see a lot of them in there. Even Mike Reiser from Indiana Matt, we see him in there all the time. And then he gives us some shout-outs on Indiana Matt. We appreciate it. It's kind of a teamwork here. If it wasn't for Indiana Matt doing that in Guerrilla Radio, I'm not sure if we would even have a Region Sports Network podcast. That's where we got a lot of our ideas where, help out the region and try to make things a little bit bigger. Of course, it's a little bit more difficult to do it throughout the state, but we enjoy doing it throughout the region because these are all the kids that we are going to see on a daily basis.
semi-state champion representing the Techies of Purdue Polytechnic.
Gosh, those are some cool pants. I'm not going to lie. Those gold ones look pretty cool.
For the Zebras of Rochester.
And then you got the other ones over there with the members-only gold jackets. Boy, gold's a good color.
A total of 5 wrestlers, including 2 semi-state champions for the Royals of
The coaches are slacking this year, though. Most of them looking out here looking like Belichick.
3 wrestlers and a semi-state champion for the Hornets of Roscoe.
It doesn't count, though, if you're Brad Harper, because Brad is in the same outfit all. I think when he gets out of the shower, his clothes fall onto him, and they're in the exact same clothes every single time I've seen him. Or else he's got about 1,000 pairs of the same thing.
The Cardinals of South.
Portage brought in 6 bad mamma jammas. So over under for today cannot be 8.5 because there's not that many matches.
3 wrestlers
But
representing the marksmen of Tell City.
I'm still going to go with at least 7 for our blood time for today, but we're going 8.5 tomorrow because there's 2 sessions.
The Patriots of Terre Haute,
Also,
Vigo.
there's 14 weight classes. Over under for state champs from the semi-state of East Chicago is 3. So that's where I've got us at.
The Tri-West Hendricks Bruins.
I honestly think that we could pull 6. I ain't going to throw the names out there because I don't want to
6 wrestlers.
feel like I'm stepping over any of our guys, but some of our guys already know that they're going to be facing each other in the finals anyway.
From Newcastle, the Warriors of Wyatt Central.
Wyatt Central, that means we're in the W's. You know what that means? It's about time for the best dang song ever made.
The Warriors of Wawasee. The West.
All right, I've been informed we will go off the air for the national anthem, and then we're going to come right back for the feed of just audio when wrestling starts. Make sure you guys jump onto that next feed. We appreciate all you guys listening in. I'm going to give it my best effort here to give you a play-by-play. It's a lot easier when it gets to this level because as a referee and a coach, you can anticipate the next move. Where if you're trying to do this with a JV match, you're just like, oh, I don't know what that is. Yep, he got the pin. I guess that's what happens. All right, we got some robes down there. Warren Central. They always got some good ones. I like the robes. I think the robes are the best way to do it. If I'd have got one, I wear a robe all the time in the house because I'm a sissy and I get cold. But I ain't going to lie, if I had one of those, I'd probably wear it around. Oh, here comes another robe, a big green soft one. That one looks like he ain't getting gold. 2 of them. All right. Gotta love those. Couple robes. We got gold ones. We got our green ones. Good job at bringing the robes out. You know, it'd be cool if maybe one year we get Hobart to bring Johan down and Johan comes out on the Parade of Champions with Hobart. That'd be pretty cool. You get Coach Johansson and Johan in the corner. I'm sure we could throw Keith in the Johan outfit.
From across the great state of Indiana.
All right, that is the end of our Parade of Champions. They're all finishing lining up, and I'm going to stand up and give these boys a round of applause because this is well-earned. People really don't understand how hard it is in a single-class state to get to a championship, and I know every one of these coaches and these parents are proud of these kids, and I can't wait to let them show their talents. So we'll catch you guys here after the national anthem, and we'll see you here on the next feed.